Good afternoon, everyone. If there's anyone there, I hope there is. Not really sure what's going on, but anyway, I really hope you're ready to do drawing today. And it's going to be a little bit different today because Scottee, our fantastic model, has just got one colour jumper on and it's quite plain in the background, so you can really concentrate on what you're drawing and not be, hi Tracy, and not be distracted by all the colours and what in the background. So it's good. Hi Joe. So I'm just, oh hi Karen, just saying hello to, hi Matt, hi Paul Wames, I hope you're not working today. Hi Rebecca, Jennifer, hi. Who else? Anyone else there for me to say hello to? So I thought I'd say hello to everyone while we're going on. Anyway, so we're going to have about an hour for the drawing, and Scottee will stay in one position because he's quite comfortable, and you just decide you want to do a long drawing, lots of short drawings, but you know, but you can really concentrate on your drawing this week because you can see Scottee very clearly. And then if you can send your pictures in to Isolation Station Hastings, not to me, send it to them. Then at the end of the hour, when you finish the drawings, Katie will put up some of the pictures for us all to look at. The only thing is, I'm expecting a cardo delivery at 4, so I might have to dash to open the door. Well, actually, the door's open, but I just have to tell the man it's all right. So I might have to dash off for 2 seconds. Hi, Donald. But hi, Stella from Greece, I believe. Oh, Alex and Reynard and my brother. Hi, hi, hi. Hope you're all drawing. Hi, Reynard. So, Reynard, I think you've met Scottee before. You went to lunch with him on one of my birthdays at Elaine's restaurant in Dalston, if you remember. I think you didn't join in the conversation much. You just sit and drew. You're only little. Oh, hi, Nikki and Sean. I know you're jealous. Oh, hi, Jojo. Are you from in France? Oh, how lovely to see you all, Una. I don't think, Joe, you've been on my classes before, have you? Now, people might recognise Jojo because she's on a programme about Brits abroad, and she had a lovely little Airbnb, no, a little bed and breakfast restaurant in France. I used to love watching that programme when she was on it. Anyway, oh, hi, David Braysher. Right then, I've said hello, my hellos. Now, and if you feel any questions you want to ask Scottee or me or whatever, but me and Scottee be gibbering away so you can, hi, Emily. Hi, Meryl. Oh, well done. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, I know, Jojo, you are. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, lots of people for the first time. It's exciting. Hi, Debbie, darling. Right then. Hi, Jason Malloy from round the corner. Oh, people in Hastings, do you know the drama that we've got no water? Not only in the middle of a pandemic, we've got no water either. But anyway, here is Scottee.
Hi.
I hope you really think that is a lovely picture to draw, because I do. So, Scottee, so people, pick up your pencils. I hope you've all got a green crayon. Hi, Dina. Hi, Tom Marshman. Say hello to your friend. Are these your friends, Scottee?
Yeah, lovely Tom Marshman. Tom Marshman is a brilliant artist from
Bristol. Fantastic. Right then. So, Scottee. Oh, hi, Despo's one of my regular. Oh, happy birthday, Despo. I hope you're having a lovely day. Just remembered it was her birthday. Right. So, Scottee, should we talk about the first time we met? Can you remember it?
Yeah, I think we were in a nightclub, Susan, called, well, I know it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I think we can say The Cock.
Yeah, The Cock.
And I was wearing silly clothes back to front, I think. And I remember seeing you and knowing who you were because James had just read your book. And we had just been given a bedsit from the council. And it turns out that we didn't talk about all the things I thought we would talk about. We just spoke about the fact that we were going to be neighbours.
I know, because my balcony used to look straight across to Scottee and James's balcony. That was nice when we lived in Mornington Crescent.
It was wasn't it? It was like serendipity.
I know it was. And the thing is, I hadn't been out to a nightclub for ages because I don't know why I didn't go out that much then. But my niece Holly came to stay with me with her boyfriend, but they're married now, and she's desperate to go out, so we took her to the Cock, and then she kind of took to James, didn't she? She just pulled him onto the dance floor. He didn't
Well,
stand
they're
it
both
up.
Northerns, too.
Pardon?
They're both Northern.
That's what I know. They had immediate enjoyment because they were Northern. I know. And then I bumped into you the week after at another of Wayne's night spots.
Yeah, I think there was just that moment in time where I think I was very young and I was like very interested in all that had come before me on the club scene, and you represented that. And
The old
you know,
people.
you were a big girl as well. You were.
Yeah.
I know you like to think of yourself as posh too, but sometimes you can sound very common. I'm sorry to say that if your mum's listening.
I know I'm common.
And so, and also just because you had so many great stories to tell and you were willing to tell them. But I think what, because, James and I affectionately call you Auntie Sue, and that's because so much of our friendship has been about when we had absolutely nothing, you would cook our tea on a Friday. We'd love. I don't know if have you spoken about Sue Tilley business during these lessons?
No, I haven't. You can tell them the recipe if you like.
It's one of my favourite things. It's a classic Sue Tilley. Right, do you want to come over for tea? Yeah, I do. What we having? Oh, I don't know. I haven't got much in. I'll make Sue Tilley business. So it's usually now. Sue, tell me if I get this recipe wrong, but it's usually just tins of whatever the fuck you've got. Some potatoes. You put it. So I think my favourite is when you do like potatoes, beans, butter beans, like cut a few like spring onions or something through it.
And the best thing is tons of lumps of cheese that melt into it.
And then loads of cheese on the top.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, you should mention that. My brother is watching with his young lady Alex, and that is her favourite meal of all time. And if she had her way, she'd eat it every day. Because my brother, for me a long time ago, I taught him how to make Sue Tilley business. It's a big hit.
And I remember coming to your house, and we would have only been about 25, 26, and you would make us that and give us as many Diet Cokes as we wanted. And then as the evening went on, you'd be like, shall we have a vodka in it? And I just remember thinking, this is like coming to the best auntie's house ever. Like she feeds you, and then you'd be like, oh, I couldn't be bothered with dessert. I'm not really sure. So I just bought this beautiful, and you'd give you the first time I had chocolate, like posh chocolate with salt in it, was at your house. And you turn the telly on you. You give us a square of each. We'll put it in our mouth and melt. You'd be like, just put it in your mouth, wait for it to melt. And then after each square, you'd be like, it's fantastic, isn't it?
I'm easily pleased with chocolate. I'm trying to do it very well.
Honestly, so like those really early memories, and then just like helping each other out. You would help me out, I'd help you out. We'd have a laugh. And then for Christmas, if you were down at your mum's or with your cousin, you'd give us your place because you had a much bigger place than we did.
What about the bottle of sparkling vodka I gave you?
I can't remember it.
Because I discovered this drink. It was sparkling vodka. You could get it from the Bizarre, that bit in Old Compton Street, that big, what is it called? Yeah, off license.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't you pass out because it's so strong?
Oh, many a times I've passed out at your house, Sue Tilley.
Oh, yeah, I know. And poor James, how many times we have to pick him up and kick him out?
I think one of my favourite memories of being in your house was having Mark from Westlife, Skunk Anansi, Skin, who else was there? Jodie Harsh, and you sing Happy Birthday to me for my 27th birthday.
And I was quite jealous because I thought, that's quite a classy. Well, I had Beth Ditto sing Happy Birthday to me once, but it wasn't in my house. I know. I was talked about the other day, that Bizarre. And all of us were just looking at each other going, this is a bit weird, isn't it? In my tiny little council flat, all shabby and tatty. The things that went on in there.
The things that went on in there, Sue.
I know. That flat's got a lot of stories to tell. I wonder if it's been knocked down. I'm not sure if they've knocked that block down or not.
No, that block's still there. But so everyone that was on our road is still there. But everything that was in front of it's gone.
Yeah. Oh. I hope everyone's drawing all right. I hope you're all enjoying this pose. Hi, Julie. Because I think it's... Hi, Louise Blakeway. Oh, McMorrow, Purcell, Kate Harriet. That's a long name. Hello. Oh, Despo, you're looking forward to it. Are you having a party tonight, Despo? If you've got any questions for Scottee, please ask them, or me, or... Well, and now another adventure I'd like to talk about, Scottee, that your obsession with Lisa Stansfield. Right.
Yeah, that's the
Scottee
truth.
said to me, I've got a plan for you. Would you like to drive me to Rochdale? So one Sunday, it was you, that guy who's the photographer, the nice guy.
Yeah.
And then some girl seemed to have a plastic umbrella. I can't remember, what was her name?
Judy.
Yeah.
Filmmaker. And I made a film which is still on YouTube called Being Around the World and I'm Trying to Find Lisa Stansfield. And it was just a bit of a mockumentary, just because I was kind of obsessed and still am obsessed with her. And then I was very lucky that when I was like doing a show called Hamburger Queen, which is a pageant and talent show for fat people, she agreed to be the celebrity judge for the first year, and she's been the judge for every single one since.
Because I was judged with her once, I was thrilled.
She's fab. I mean, I really love her. Again, she's rough.
But wait, can I tell more about this trip to Rochdale? We drove there and back in one day, and it also took longer because I couldn't read. I didn't have a map on my phone then. Must have been 10 years ago before such things. So I went all the wrong way on the M6, took a giant detour. But then I don't think I even got out of the car once we got to Rochdale.
You really didn't, and you weren't really having the best time once you got there. Do you want to come and see inside her studio soon? You're like, not really.
What I was most fascinated by was how every single house had a vase in the window with some very pale dried flowers in it. It was like a sign. Every house had them.
Yeah.
We went to the football ground, didn't we?
We did, briefly, and then her studio, and then her friend's pub. And then we got back in the car and went back home. We
stopped at a service station, I believe.
We did.
It was a very gloomy service station. It wasn't the most glamorous of ones.
No, but it had a Waitrose in it.
Oh, yeah, that's always a treat in a service station. That's why I choose which ones I go. Oh, do you know Meryl Heatley?
Oh, don't ask me if I know people, because you know I'm terrible.
Oh, question for you. Are you still doing cabaret?
No, not really. I guess I now make more large-scale shows that take a lot of effort and time, and they take a lot of time to set up. So when we play theatres, we play them for like usually 3 or 4 nights, or with London runs 3 weeks. So yeah, doing cabaret, it's like it takes a lot of time. That takes basically a lot of time. And then I have a company in which we make lots of different types of work. So be that community activisms or community projects, theatre shows. So that takes up a lot of the time. I do miss it though. I have missed doing the turns. When I do like big kind of Christmas shows and stuff, I'll often do a turn. But you know, I don't miss dragging my sorry ass out of bed and putting a face on at 10 o'clock at night, and then getting back at 3, and then with numb toes. So yeah, there's bits of it that I mean, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad it was a huge part of my life. And I really enjoyed making those short turns. And I'm going to be doing a couple of routines for Ducky in the future. But I'm kind of, you know me, Sue, I've always been on before my time. I like being at home and having a tea and having a gossip more than I do getting on stage.
I know. I wish you lived next door. We could just lean over the fence and chit chat about the neighbours.
Well, we love it when we come down, because we often, you know, we'll come down and stay in your spare room, and then, you know, we still get the Diet Coke treatment, which is fun. And I'm always asking you for a Sue Tilley business, but...
And once, for my birthday, Scottee, he said, "What's your address? Will you be in at this time?" And I thought, what's he always must be sending me a bunch of flowers. What turned up? 72 cans of Diet Coke. How thrilled was I? You can't. It's the best birthday present I ever had. And bizarrely as well, it came with each can of Diet Coke, you've got a free bottle of nail varnish. Can you see it? Guess what? I've still got a free nail varnish. But why that came with Diet Coke, I can't imagine. But anyway, I've still got it. Still wear it. What else? I just thought of another adventure we had, but now I've forgotten it. It just came into my mind. Then I forgot it. So tell me more about what your performance is and your books and everything and what you've been doing.
Yeah, so I guess now I make sort of big stage shows, and they're often about trying to get us to have conversations that probably we're not supposed to have around the table. So I've been doing that since about 2016. I made a show called Putting Words in Your Mouth, where I interviewed a whole bunch of people who were gay or queer, who also voted and were members of the English Defence League or UKIP. So I make shows like that where I sort of investigate some stuff that feels really murky or difficult or weird or against each other, and then put that on stage for middle class people in theatres to sort of wince at.
You like to just havoc, don't you? You like to
well, a bit of a troublemaker, but I just like to, shake people into a bit of action, to be fair, because I think so much like theatre can be just like a bit bland and sit there and watch. And I'm not saying that my work is the best and amazing and it does it really well. I'm just saying that's what I try to do. So I've got a show called
You do your job, you do it really well. You've got great attention to detail and everything.
But do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, because I didn't train or whatever, I always have that insecurity that, oh, I'm just making it up and someone's going to tap me on the shoulder and be like, you clearly don't know what you're up to and this is rubbish. So, yeah, I was kind of thinking about that today because I make fine artwork and text-based work. So one of them is behind me. And often I kind of keep those to myself, and soon I'm going to be sharing more of them just because I feel quite shy about showing that wall-based work. Whereas with like performance and stuff, I think, oh, well, it's only an hour, and if they didn't like it, it will sort of disappear from their memories. But wall-based stuff is sort of there forever, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I feel very embarrassed about even saying I'm an artist. And I feel embarrassed if people want to buy my pictures. I know it's ridiculous, but I think I'm not really worthy of people buying anything. So I'm always thrilled when they do.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't think it's embarrassing at all because I feel like that. I feel like it's an awkward thing to say that it's a job because I don't know if you feel this too, but where I'm from, like an artist wasn't seen as a proper job. And yeah, I think when people offer to buy my work, I'm always a bit like, oh, what do they want that for? What are they going to do with it? What, you know what I mean? Like I become really suspicious when actually it's like people just maybe like it.
I know. It's cheery. I know. It's weird, isn't it? I'm a bit nervous about being it.
There's a question here asking, did Scottee go on Woman's Hour once? No, I'm a broadcaster for Radio 4. I usually do a programme called Loose Ends, but I regularly contribute to a couple of programmes called Shortcuts and Front Row. So might have been on that.
Yeah. Oh, I came on with you, didn't I, on to Loose Ends.
You did? What were you promoting at that time, Sue?
Nothing really. I think you just got me on. I remember we both had the same starry Converse on. We were thrilled. We had matching shoes. Yeah. And then Gregory Porter was on it, who I hadn't even really heard of at the time. But I just, when you're just so shocked, you're sitting in the same room and he just started singing. It was so fantastic.
So handsome as well.
Do you think so? Well, I don't like that funny hat business.
I think it's the charisma and the voice.
Oh, yeah, he was very charismatic. And he was joking about the English accent, wasn't he? I'm going for cream tea.
He was, yeah. Good egg.
Oh, another thing I just remembered that we did, that you... Oh, don't be worried, Anne-Marie Woodshead. I'm sure they're all fantastic. What was I going to say? Oh, that other trip we went on. You said, Sue, you do anything? No, you think you asked for a volunteer, didn't you? To drive to Brighton with some rather posh some fascinating cargo.
Oh,
day.
yes. So
I
that
came
was,
to pick you up at some hotel with margarita prakatan.
yeah, that was, I think, 2018,
Yeah,
2017,
with
2018.
and with a lovely
Um,
Theo as well.
with Theo Adams, and we were. I brought Margarita Prakatana over for a couple of shows, as you do. I mean, there's a theme: Margarita Prakatana and Lisa Stanfield.
Yeah, it's all adding up.
And she was a good hoot, though, wasn't she?
Especially when we got out of the car and she goes, I cannot believe it. You have not been to the toilet for 2 hours. You will probably die. It is very dangerous not to go to the toilet. I insist you go to the toilet now.
Susan, just to let you know that she's from Chile, not from Germany.
I'm not right. That was my
I,
attempt at a foreign accent. They're all the same in my book. No, they're
she
not. I'm not
was
very
so petrified that your insides were going to combust
I
because she never saw you go to the bathroom. And I was
know.
like, I think Sue's fine. But I remember, do you remember me being convinced I was going to kill her off? I was just like, she's quite frail at the time, bless her.
I know.
And I was just thinking, like, oh my God, like, we're trying to make it as comfortable as possible, get her anything she wanted. She didn't want to eat, she didn't want to sleep. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be responsible for killing Margarita Pracadan.
I know, but do you remember that Theo booked a room last minute at the hotel? So we had this huge, you got the honeymoon suite, and it was really huge and enormous. And we ordered food online to be delivered, and you went, we can't let her in here because she'll see that it's much better than her room. So you had to make up an excuse that she couldn't come in. You had to take the food to her room, so she didn't see she'd been put in the broom cupboard.
Yeah, well, no, she had a nice enough room. She just didn't have the honeymoon suite.
I know. He couldn't believe his luck, could he, that he got that room?
No,
And it was very cheap as well.
very cheap. That's on that those late booking things, which are now very popular, but then Sue, not very.
I know. Oh, Jason loves margarita.
Don't we
Jason.
all?
Oh, yeah. But do you remember my friend Tracy when we watched Prince William's wedding in my flat?
Such a bizarre moment. Yeah, I remember because I remember you love a telephone. You love anything with the nations getting together on television.
Yeah, and Tracy was there and Graham, and we had flags and everything. We had a lovely big breakfast.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bless Graham.
I know. I love a special event. I can't help myself. I think as well, she don't have to concentrate that hard either. That's why I like them. I even watched those telethon in the week. It was awful. But I still
Did you watch the big night in one?
Yeah, was it on Thursday?
Yeah.
They always promise so much and deliver so little.
Well, at the moment, I think it's okay they deliver so little because they're not allowed to be anywhere near each other.
I know. Oh, it's sad. Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I was wondering if I would be able to just move my hand just for a quick minute and then move it back
I'm sure
again.
you would. Give it a shake.
Good. Gonna give it a shake.
Yeah.
I've got my water. I did a life drawing class on YouTube last week. It was the first life drawing class I've ever done.
And how did you find it?
It was interesting because I haven't drawn since I left school, so since I was like 14.
Yeah.
So it was like the first time I was like, oh, okay, well, let's get back into this. And it wasn't awful, but you're like, oh yeah, it definitely takes practice. And then I started to remember things from art lesson. I used to have this really brilliant teacher called Mr. Pearson, who was very strange and weird, but he always used to really encourage me to be weirder.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, no, it was a really good. And there was another one, Miss Tate, good name for an art teacher, who taught me about like pottery and slip and like making with my hands. And I remember, it being a real eye-opening thing for when I was 12 to be like, because it wasn't very academic and always had a problem at school because I was what my teachers called articulate and I could talk about a subject, but as soon as you put me in a test situation or a written situation, I just would would freeze. And so I wasn't tested for dyslexia until I left school and then realized I actually have a problem with language.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember art. art being a real moment of escapism, and of course drama was as well, even though it was taught by, you know, the fine art teachers who were sort of just doing it on the side. And then, but it wasn't until then when I like found radical lesbian theatre companies when I was like 16 that I guess I started to really get my teeth into wanting to do this as a job.
Yeah, but I think it's so amazing how you planned your own path when you were so young. Because have you ever had a proper job? You know what I mean by proper job, you know.
Like, I mean, I worked at the Black Cat when I first started doing clubs.
Yeah.
That was largely because you got free booze and because it was like a foot in the door of a nightclub in London. Yeah. And I got to see loads of drag. So that was brilliant for me. I got to see loads of work for free.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all happened by accident. Do you know what I mean? Got expelled from school.
But, you know, I didn't really get the life I wanted till I was 57 because I foolishly went and did, 58, because I went and did a proper job. I don't know, but it's all right because I've got a pension. That's all I got out.
Yeah, but that's what I remember asking you that when I was quite young, being like, why did you still keep your proper job even through all those times and even through the club? And you were like, well, because if anyone wanted a washing machine, I could get it on credit for them.
Yeah. That's what I used to do. Yeah, I could, because I'm a civil servant, I could always get anything. You know, I could pass all references. Yeah, because I used to get washing machines for Lee. Well, a washing machine. Then he used to make me clothes in exchange.
It's not a bad exchange.
No, it wasn't. I know, it's very good. I did all right. Yeah. Now, let's talk about being fat. Do you mind being a chubby fella, Scottee?
Not in the slightest, Susan.
No,
I don't
mind a chubby bird. I never worry about it.
No, I think, do I worry about it? I think if I'm being really honest, sometimes that thing called fat panic can kick in. Mm-hmm. And what that is because the world is constantly telling you you're going to die, you can sometimes adopt those feelings and be like, oh my God, am I going to die? Or like you get a heart palpitation or you feel a bit sweaty and you're like, right, I'm going to have a stroke. This is how I die because I'm a fat person and this is how we all die. And the only time we ever see fat bodies on the news is when they've been decapitated, their heads are chopped off, it's just their bellies. So we're often dehumanized as people. But I have moments, you know, there's the distinction between do I like my body and do I like my eating disorder. So I've got an eating disorder and I'm fat. But those two things are separate for me. One is to do with my physical shape and the way that I look, and the other one is to do with my brain and my relationship to food and precariousness and class and all of that. So if we're talking just purely about my body, I genuinely sometimes look at myself and I think, yeah, I would, to be fair. Yeah, you're all right. But sometimes, like everyone, I have those days where the world gets to you and you're just like, what do I need to change?
But even like skinny people I know always going, oh, look at this, I don't look this. I go, shut up, look at me and I'm happy enough.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is it. I've been lots of different versions of fat as well. I've been like fat, medium fat, and, you know, the sort of size I am now where I'm you know, I do lots of yoga and weight training and stuff. And it's not to say that I don't like being a fat person. At the moment, I just like being a smaller fat person.
Yeah.
Because I just like to be able to do my Ponzi yoga poses.
The only reason I want to lose weight is for my knees. But if I didn't have painful knees, because I love food, don't you, Scottee?
I do, yeah. Well, I have a weird relationship with food where I love it and it frightens me at the same time.
Yeah.
And it frightens me because, you know, I grew up with a very dear mum who had historic trauma relating to food and was a bulimic. So food was quite erratic sometimes at home. And then my nan is really controlling around food, and she's like the grandchild of the Irish famine. So food in my family is a real political thing, but it's also a real thing of like nourishment and care. So I'm going to do that again because my hand's got pins and needles. It's also a thing about nourishment and care. It's the way that people tell each other they love each other. So yeah, but you know, all things aside, at the moment, what's getting me through the lockdown is on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon is planning what I'm going to have as like nice teas.
Yeah.
Because it gives you some form of feeling like the week has stopped, where work has stopped, and the weekend has begun.
I know everyone I know. All we do is sit and talk about what we're having for our tea. But
Well, I do it on Instagram. I ask people all the time. I slag people off for what they're having for their tea, and I quite like that because I think I quite like being judgmental about people's dinners.
Yeah, I know. But
you're a big fan of a fancy tea, those two as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I like a good ingredient, simply cooked.
What did you have last night?
Well, you'll laugh. I can't believe, because I was doing this on some other thing on here. It's about a thing, and I had a handful of grapes and a lump of cheese.
Oh, Susan!
I know that was. I was going to make some soup, and I couldn't be bothered.
What soup were you going to make?
Oh, vegetable soup.
No.
And I made some lovely minestrone soup the other day, but then foolishly I forgot to turn the cooker off, so what I left the next day all burnt.
Do you know what I don't like soup, Sue?
Why?
It's very wet.
Don't say that. You sound just like my mother.
It's very wet, Sue.
Yeah, my poor mum. No, I can't eat that. It's too wet. And I keep teasing again. It was rice pudding. Oh, it's too wet. She won't have or nothing.
I love the rice pudding.
Plum?
Oh, I do like rice pudding.
Ooh, I hate it.
Do you?
Yeah, and custard I hate. What's your... So, right, say, for instance, you're going to be... you know, your last meal, if you're going to be hung or something, what would you choose?
James makes possibly the best chicken karaage I've ever had. Japanese fried chicken.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fancy.
And I'd have that with... Because my favourite cuisines are Japanese, German.
Oh, I'm not German.
I love German food. Japanese,
Too much
German,
sausages.
And Mexican. Love it.
Like that.
So I'd have nachos with karaage and kartoffel salad, the potato salad, German potato salad, often with a bit of mustard and a bit of apple through it.
Oh no, I wouldn't like that. Because James is Scottie's husband. He's a very adventurous eater, isn't he? He goes out away to find weird food.
All the time. He doesn't. He literally doesn't mind what he eats. So we're very different like that. Where I'm like quite fussy. Like I'll eat anything, but I'm quite fussy if I can give him the choice. I'm like, no, I don't really fancy that. I don't fancy that. When I'm on tour, James eats boiled rice and vegetables every night.
Oh, does he like that? I don't mind it.
Well, I think he just enjoys that regularity. Where actually, because I tour so much, what I really like is not having a Waitrose sandwich or a disappointing onion bhaji from like a little place on the motorway. So I like to be able to have some form of home comforts.
Yeah, I always find takeaways and ready meals very, very disappointing.
Well, I couldn't tell. Well, I don't have a microwave, so I wouldn't tell you the last time I had a ready meal.
Oh,
I tell you what, Sue. Guess what I bought yesterday?
What?
I bought a telly.
Did you? You've never had a telly? Oh, you didn't have a telly before. That's why you used to come to my house, didn't you, to watch the telly?
Yeah. So 34, and I've just got my first telly.
How wide is it? What size screen?
It's 43-inch, said the actress to the bishop, and it's voice command, so I can tell it to turn on with just by going, "Oi, turn on." Yeah, it's a marvel. It comes tomorrow.
Oh, exciting!
Very excited.
I prefer watching my iPad in bed to watching the telly now. I don't know why.
Well, I like both. I want the choice, you see, because it gets a bit boring being in bed watching telly all the time. And my mum, because my mum's a shielded person, just like you, Susan, I have to go and fetch my mum her groceries. And my mum put 50 quid in my bank and she was like, I have to watch the telly. So I sort of felt obliged that I had to do it because I was just thinking about it. And then, it comes tomorrow. I am beside myself.
What's the first thing you're going to watch?
Well, I'm halfway through watching this BBC series called Spooks, because I watched it in real time when it was coming out in like the early noughties. I started that on day 1 of Isolation. I'm up to series 6 now. I'm also watching this thing on Netflix called The Last Kingdom. They've just put out the new series, which I love. Everyone in it is absolutely handsome.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching a thing called SSGB, which is a sort of drama about what would have happened if the Nazis won the Battle of Britain and they were occupying the UK in the 40s. So it's kind of quite interesting from a fantasy drama perspective, Susan.
Yeah. Oh, have you watched Schitt's Creek?
No, you know what? Oh my God, this is so bad. I'm so sorry for moving everybody.
You've been fantastic compared to other models.
Oh, really? It's just I've got a little thing here, so I'm trying to keep the pose, but I'll put the arm back. No, I'm very bad for if someone says to me, "Oh my God, you've got to watch this," and then like loads of people are like, "Oh my God, you've got to watch this. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best." I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
I'm a bit like that as well. Very contrary.
Well, that's one word
off
for
your
it.
nose to spite your face because you're missing it. But I don't like anything with danger in it, or peril, or nastiness, or murders. I just like nice programs. Some simple soul. I've only watched one film since this has happened, so I'm not really a film.
I'm not really a film person.
No, I only like seeing it at the cinema, so then you have to concentrate.
True.
I can't concentrate that long. Oh.
I wonder how everyone's getting on. It's nice that there's like so many people here doing this and having to listen to our nattering.
Yeah, 66 at the moment, but then sometimes there's more than one person in the room. Rui's there. Do you remember him, my friend? Funny friend?
Oh, yeah, lovely Rui.
Yeah, he was the model a couple of weeks ago from Portugal. What else? And his friends usually watching from Thailand, Parinot. Now, what else can we talk about of excitement? Any more about your career you'd like to share with us and your upbringing?
Well, I can tell you that all of my tours have been cancelled, of course. So instead of doing the tours, we just published the script of the book. So I spend most mornings writing out tons of envelopes to people across the world, which is lovely. People are buying it. And then I do a run to the post office twice a week. So I'm doing that. That's about how exciting my life is at the moment. But as the company is just sort of trying to work out how we survive, and like most people, you know, I don't put myself above anyone here. At the moment, everybody is trying to work out what survival looks like. Oh, Andrew Gallimore's in the house. Love Andrew Gallimore.
I don't know him. Is he a friend of yours?
Yes. So Andrew is a notable glam person and is on the glam team for Beth Ditto and is Beth Ditto's one of Beth Ditto's best pals. And I met Andrew's sister, Pauline. I'm so sorry for not remembering her name. When we all went backstage to see Beth during the Manchester reunion of The Gossip.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's how I know Andrew. But you'll know Andrew from the nightclubs, Susan.
Oh, will I? The nightclubs. I never go to a nightclub anymore. Do you know what I like living here? There's loads to do. You go out early, usually home by 10:30.
Oh, that's fun, isn't it? That's seaside life is so much better.
Go out after 10:30.
The fancy wine place by me closes at 9:00. Love it. Andrew's sister Paula. Sorry, Paula. She's fab. Really fab.
Oh, look, you're a fantastic life model. And 10 years running classes, you can say that.
Nikki's struggling to do me justice, apparently.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to seeing these pictures.
How's your one turning out, Sue?
I haven't done one. I might do it later. I'm too busy talking to you to draw.
That's true, Susan. But I look forward to getting your... Oh, I tell you what, Sue. Will you do me one on a bit of kitchen towel?
Yeah, I will.
Should we do an art swap?
Pardon? Yeah.
Let's do an art swap.
Because you know, in my house, I only really like my friends' pictures.
True.
So I've got 2 of James's up. I haven't got any of yours. Yeah, because sometimes I'll sit on the other seat so you can see James's picture behind me. The one with
so I can see the rolling message that says to send in your drawings to Isolation Station. I'm so excited to see them. That's funny, kicking in.
I know, I love it. Because when I do my class in Wayne's pub, it's lovely because you can see them coming along, and I love the fact you can always tell that the people's drawings look a bit like themselves. You know, something about their character is in their drawings.
Right.
Love that.
What do you think? So do you think people, when they draw, they bring themselves into it?
Of course they do. That's what I always say, that your drawing is the person you're drawing, but it's also yourself, and it's also that moment in time. Because we've discussed that, like, draw a picture today, but then they'd have exactly the same model tomorrow, and they might do the picture completely different. And how everyone does the pictures different, but you can kind of tell it's that person's picture.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I was thinking about the other day. I was thinking, why are some people really good at drawing and some people not? And it's all to do with, you have to have good eyes, don't you? And then a good brain to understand what you're seeing, and then be able to send the messages down to your hand to draw it. I've had a lot of time to think lately.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm sure if I looked it up, I could find the psychological business of how we draw and what we draw.
Well, I imagine there's probably some Freudian theory that would say something about applying yourself.
But what I always say is, what do I always say? I've forgotten what I was always going to say. Yeah, children, you know, they can draw before they can write, and they've got no shame about what they draw. They just love it. And oh, sorry, I have to share this news with everyone. I became a great aunt on Thursday.
Did you?
Do you remember my nephew Guy, the big one who you met?
Oh, his Guy had a baby.
Yeah, hasn't got a name.
Oh, fantastic!
I know, it's thrilling. I know.
No, I do remember Guy. Yeah, very lovely human being.
Yeah, but my sister's, I think he came to see your show in Edinburgh because he lives in Edinburgh now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he's very upset. And my poor sister, she's in a terrible state that she can't go and see the baby.
Yeah, but, you know, afterwards.
Exactly. It will be there. Yes. So that I keep looking at little videos. It's so cute. And his little face, you think, because I think, I don't know much about babies. Oh, poor Kim, you're not thick. You might be short-sighted. Oh, Joe caught one eye. Oh, so, yeah, what was I talking about? The baby. Yeah, there's like video, and it's like 1 day old, but you can see it looking around and thinking, I wonder where I am. What am I doing?
I only use one eye. I love that. I do that when I'm photographing things. I use one eye. I close my
wink.
Right eye.
Can you wink easily? Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, that's fab.
I don't know who did that.
Does it usually tell you who
well, no, because she hasn't really got time to do all that because it's complicated.
Oh, fab.
But that's
is that crayon? Was that?
I don't know. If someone could write down if that was their picture, send a message, then we'll know.
Yeah, that's true. Good thinking there, Susan.
Good
thinking there. Also, I don't know if Kate's able to flash it again. It does make me look like a Blue Peter presenter.
Oh, doesn't it? Or maybe someone, what's that program? Open University teacher.
Open University, yeah.
Joe Calvert, you have to send your pictures, post them. Oh, it was David Daniel Wilkes. He sent a message. He's a very nice fella, David Daniel Wilkes. He's David Daniel. I was going to say, my sister says hello to you. When I told you did my art class, she was beside us. My sister's only met him about twice.
Your sister?
She worships him. Yeah, she's not on this because she can't do Facebook.
What about your cousin?
Which one?
The one that you're very close with. Do you look quite
similar? My cousin Debbie, who's like my sister. She doesn't do the art class, but she does the quiz tomorrow.
Oh, fab. When you all get together, it's beautiful.
I know, especially because I'm quiet compared to all them. That's shocking, I know.
Well, Susan, you weren't quite on your 50th birthday at Crash, were you, dear?
Are we reliving that moment again? Don't bring up that's one of Wayne Shah's favourite stories, my terrible behaviour on my 50th birthday.
You weren't terrible. You were having the best time ever, and you left that building saying, "I've just had the best time ever."
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
It was. It was a good hoot.
Yeah. So more people asking where you send your pictures. If you just go onto the Isolation Station Hastings website and post them on there, that would be marvellous.
So
I love to
finish drawing then.
So
has everyone finished drawing?
Well, some might have done, but then they can do another one, can't they? A quick sketch. Try a new style.
True.
Because my memory's gone. My memory was bad, but this business has done it even worse. My brain's too busy. It's always moving around from one thing to the other. Yeah, so just post your pictures on the Isolation Station page, and they will be there forever and ever and ever. Because once things are on the internet, you can't be rid of them.
No, you can't, can you, Susan?
Is that your office you're in, or what area?
It is, yeah. It's like the little home office. So it's just where I'm like doing admin work at the moment. But usually I face that picture, and my laptop facing the other way. But the window is in front of me here. So for this, I thought, well, I should turn around.
Yeah, because if you sit with the window behind you, you can't really see you.
You can't really see you.
Why did you decide to leave London?
I couldn't really afford to stay, to be honest with you. James and I really thought about it long and hard about what it would be to live somewhere else, and our parents got to a position where they were like, okay, well, we could perhaps think about giving you a little bit, but not a lot, not like what some of my posh mates care.
Posh mates,
And so, we kind of looked, and the nearest to London we could afford was where we live now, which is Westcliff, which is kind of just before Southend-on-Sea. It's kind of the nearest seaside town to London. Takes 47 minutes to get into town, so it's very, very simple, very easy.
I know. It's easier to get here to London than it is sometimes crossing London, isn't it?
Yeah, I do find that. And also, I just kind of, the moment that I left London and I came back to London, I mean, there was no fanfare, there was no, anyone was like, oh my God, we really miss you. London just keeps on. And you start to enjoy things like seeing the horizon, and making friends as an adult is a really interesting thing to do. And life is a little bit slower, which is nice. Means there's more time to sort of do stuff, So I think I do more now culturally in terms of having time for myself, doing stuff, engaging with stuff, local art stuff, than I do in London. Because in London you're just trying to carry on the whole time.
I know. I love it here. I love the fact I go out usually, probably 5-6 nights a week maybe, but I'll be home early and everything's just round the corner, and everyone's so creative and trying to do things. I love it.
So how much longer do I have to sit in this pose?
You've got 11 minutes.
Oh my God.
You can move, have a little shake around.
I'll have a little shake. Sorry.
Have a shake and a move. Look, excuse me, I have to take the same pose for 3 hours.
Oh, what?
3 hours sometimes I used to have to keep the same pose.
Yeah, but Sue, come on. Your poses were sleeping.
That's true. Rohul Uddin, how do you send the pictures? If you can on Facebook, get onto Isolation Station Hastings and post them there. And then there'll be a lovely gallery of them all, and then I'll put them on Facebook, and then George from the Fountain puts them on Instagram and what have you, so they'll all be there to be seen. Did you used to know George?
Was that George who used to do the cap and her upstairs and stuff? Oh, fab.
Yeah, it's not very old.
No. And wears a gorgeous bass.
He loves his bass, yeah, because he was the manager of the Fountain. I went on the train with him to Brighton. No, him and they just sat and did their makeup on the train.
Fab.
It was nice though.
What are
else?
you missing from St Leonard's, Sue?
Goat's Ledge. You've been to Goat's Ledge, haven't you?
Which one's that one?
On the front with the chips, you get a bag of chips.
Oh, yeah, with the fish finger sandwich.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Everyone I know. The day that opens, it's going to be packed. You won't be able to move. That's what everyone misses the most. It's just the food's delicious, but also it's lovely to sit on the prom and then everyone you know walks past and you have a chit chat and it's just lovely. When I went out sometimes in Bethnal Green, I wouldn't see anyone I knew ever. Here, you go out, you see everyone you know.
Yeah, that is very seaside. I was walking up the road this morning going to the post office, bumped into two neighbours having a socially distanced neighbour chat.
I know. I love it. And I like that I live here, that when you meet one person, you meet the whole family as well. Everyone seems interrelated, but it's nice. Oh, Natalie says it's lush living here. She's a nice girl. She just moved here. What else? Yeah, so everyone drawing. You've got about another 9 minutes. And then we'll have a bit of a display of pictures, which is very exciting. Has anyone got any questions they want to ask Scottee? So just type them in and I'll ask him, or they'll come up. Ask him what's the matter with his hand.
Yeah, it's because I've been leaning on my hand for so long. I've been leaning on my
hand. Has it gone dead?
51 minutes now, Susan.
Yeah, so you've got, sorry.
Does anybody else call you Susan?
My mum when I'm in trouble. Susan. My auntie.
I love calling you Susan. It's so proper.
I know. Or, I know my mum usually calls me Suki Wee. Imagine I being called Suki Wee when I was
Why?
Because when I was a small child, I was always called
that one was brilliant that just popped up. Can we see it again? Oh, that's lovely.
Who's that by? Oh, is that Hillary? I think that's David Wilkie's mum, Hillary. See, the family that draws together stays together.
That's a gorgeous one. I like that.
I know. What is Jennifer Marsden wants to know? What is your mantra?
Die trying.
Die trying.
Possibly die trying, or it's usually when I'm asked to write biogs and things like that. It's about saying, like, be mouth. Like when I teach kids or young people, young adults, I tell them to like get drunk, be mouthy, and kick your way in.
Exactly. That's what. When I go to colleges and universities, that's what I always say. Get drunk, go out. Because that's how I get on in life. It's who you meet, isn't it?
Yeah, because they affect the way.
Pardon?
I was just saying, they affect the way that you think, and they become your sort of chosen form group. You know, going out on the lash.
I know.
Or like if you think about the likes of you and Donald and Les Child and Lee and Wayne and all of that. Like you all inform each other. You all do very different things. David Holer, they all do very different things, but you all affect each other. And I think they become your sort of like form group or your support group.
It's true.
And much more valuable members of your family, to be honest with you, your chosen family.
I know. Because you help them, like you're helping me do this, but it's all experiences that they give you. But I think I live in a bubble of my friends, really, because there's so many people in the world, and I look on the TV, I go, how can you exist and knowing that most of the world's like that?
Yeah, different experiences.
Like when people say racist things and that, you're just really shocked, just going, can't believe it. But you don't realise a lot of people do. Oh, someone here is flattering you for staying still. Tom Marshman. Scottee.
Oh, lovely Tom Marshman.
Still than Prince Julia.
Sending love to Bristol.
Oh, is he from Bristol?
Yes, Tom is.
Oh.
Tom's a great person.
Someone called Susan Ryder here. Do you think it's the one who owns the charity shop?
I hope so.
She's heard that joke 100 times. You like a charity shop, don't you?
Don't I? My house is covered in charity shop shit. That's the great thing about the seaside as well. You can furnish your house for a tenner.
I know. That's why I don't go in them, because I just see rubbish and buy it, and I've got so much clutter I can't get any more. But what I'm worrying about, I've got bags of stuff to take to the charity shop. I'm sure everyone's cleared out all their wardrobes and drawers while this is going on. So on the day the charity shop's open, they're going to have people just mountains of stuff outside.
Well, I've been sent a couple of paintings. A friend of mine who's a writer called Juno Dawson was going past a skip. She's just moved into a new house with her soon-to-be husband. And she found an old painting. And I used to destroy paintings that were painted by amateur artists. So I'm going to do a couple of those. So, you know, all the chucking out, right for the pickings.
It is. Oh, here. Did you used to do that party called Antisocial in Holborn back in the noughties?
Yes, I did. That was one of the first things I ever did. Yeah, Antisocial was my first party, and we used to just be ridiculous and dressed in bin bags and throw milk everywhere, and it was like an art party.
I love them.
With a lot of drugs and poppers.
Me and Julia spent a lot of time talking about poppers last week. Now, Susan Ryder, she isn't the Susan Ryder, but she does manage a charity shop in Liverpool.
Whereabouts in Liverpool? And if it's a Sue Ryder, I will howl.
I don't, have to find out. Daniel David Wilkie says he's loving the chat because you're like a male version of me.
Oh, well. Common like a gossip. And
common as
small detail in life, Sue, don't we?
Oh, I love the minute detail of the story. I can never get enough detail. I like
so we have quite a few words that we both loathe.
What, Bicky?
That's my favourite game to play with you, which I'm like, Sue, what words are you loathing at the moment?
List me a few of yours.
Bang on trend.
Pop of colour. I hate hubby, Bicky, sarnie, panties.
Bicky.
Ooh, making memories. That's one I can't take. Where did that word come from? And it's 7 sleeps till Christmas. Just 7 nights. I don't really like that. Oh, John Corrie would like to know why you've got boring written behind you.
Because that is a piece of work that I made
I love it.
I make text-based works that often say mildly insulting things like men ruin everything and depression is a cunt, and now I'm trying to think of them all. Leave me alone, nobody likes a Tory. So they're sort of like the antidote to live, laugh, love. But a lot of my work, be it on stage or be it on walls or video, it always has my handwriting in it. People seem to really like my handwriting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love writing on paintings in my normal handwriting and not drawing it all proper.
Yeah.
It's more of you. If you just do it proper, it's not right.
No.
Well, someone else here, what they said. Oh, Susan Ryder works at Open Door in Allerton Road, Liverpool. It's for the Whitechapel Centre, homeless charity.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, James is a Scouser, isn't he, Sue?
Is James there? Will he pop and say hello just before we go, do you think?
Probably won't, because he's very shy, Sue. You know that.
I know he's shy. It's not like it's quiet, not like you.
Do I get to move soon?
Yeah, you can stop now if you like.
Oh, lovely.
But now, Katie, can we have a bit of an art show, do you think? So thank you, everyone, for coming, but stay for the art show. Then I've got news on...
Oh, wow, that's great.
Love that. I love the frame. That's the one we saw. Oh, nice.
That's gorgeous.
Oh,
I look a loop.
That's a collage. Oh, I love that. I think that's Reynard's. It looks like his work.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I like that one.
That one's made me look like Richard Mortimer.
Oh, that's good.
God, that's got
Doesn't
a good
really look.
likeness, doesn't it?
Yeah, very good. Oh, I love that one. It's a nice colour. I like that one. Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
look at the loads. Oh, I do like that one.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love the felt tip.
Oh, I love a felt tip. Love very arty. Oh, I love that. Makes you look a little bit elderly, but it's very good.
Nothing wrong with the elderly, Sue.
That man he said did that same drawing last week. That's Julia. Is that Despo's? Because she always has a heart-shaped mouth in it. Like it. Oh, that's very good, that one. Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
like that
good.
one.
Meta.
Yeah. Yeah, like that. It's made your head very large.
Gorgeous
Oh, yeah, like that.
charcoals.
Lovely felt tips.
Lots of different mediums as well there, Sue.
I know. Well, a lot of people haven't really. Oh, that's fantastic. They've really gone to town with their mediums there.
I'm just looking at them all. I'm looking at them on the Facebook feed. Oh, gorgeous. So that's a paint. Is that watercolour? No, that's supposed to paint over newspaper, I think that was.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, they haven't really got much paints. They can't get any. So the other week, people painting tomato ketchup.
Oh, fab.
But it's good because it makes you go, what's the word? Another expression I don't like. Work out of the box. Makes you think about different things and how to use them.
Thinking outside the box.
Think outside the box. Maybe with a bit of blue sky thinking.
No, Susan.
More expressions I don't like. Well, if you can't post them on that, if you're really desperate, you can send them to me, people having trouble. If you can't post them on that. Oh, thank you, Scott. It's been marvellous. Now, everyone, can I tell you who my model is next week? It's a well-known actress, a soap star actress.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah, who's been in Coronation Street and in EastEnders. She's a very nice lady, Michelle Collins, because she's used to Hastings because she was in the panto. So she'll be your model next week. So tell your friends. Oh, Paul Wames, he's in from Hull. He's very nice. He was one of my Facebook friends ever. But I've met him when I've been to Hull.
Never dull in Hull.
It's
never dull in Hull.
No, I love it in Hull. I've been there quite a few times and I very much like it there. Especially
it's got a really great world buffet, so
it's got what?
A thing called World Buffet, which you'd be quite taken by. It's got every dish under the sun in one buffet.
I don't think I've been to a restaurant. I went to a cheap cafe. I haven't been anywhere special. Oh, well, that's absolutely marvellous. We haven't been interrupted. Do you know Donald? Yeah, he lives around the corner. Oh, I don't think Donald Urquhart was there today. Oh, Tracy thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, look, they're all thanking you.
Oh, so all right. I've had a great time.
Oh, it's really nice for me because I get to have a nice long chat with you. Because just before this, we were planning a visit, weren't we?
Yeah, we were, Sue, which is really annoying.
Oh, thank you for making the afternoon shine. Oh, I love doing my art class, and everyone's so lovely. So, is Pauline Gibb a relation of yours? No?
No.
No, I don't know why I thought she was. Oh, happy birthday again, Despo. Enjoy your steak. She used to have a fish and chip shop in Hastings. Right, so thank you very much. And I'll speak to you.
Thank you, Susan. What does your afternoon hold for you, babe? What are you doing?
Well, I've got to wait for the Ocado delivery. That's very exciting. And I thought I was struck lucky, but I realised because I'd suddenly been put on the, what's the word? I am.
Shielded.
When you think you might get the illness, what am I?
Shielded. You're a shielded person.
Shielded. Yes, I'm meant to be shielded for 12 weeks, but I might have to pop to the bank I don't think I'm desperate. I think I'm quite tough old bird. But anyway, hi David Cabaret. So that I've got the cards. Then I might go in the garden and look at the vegetables I've planted.
What did you plant?
I've planted broccoli, beetroot, and broad beans.
Oh, Susan.
Can you imagine that? Me in an old tin bath.
I've got.
Oh, vulnerable. Thanks, Kim. She told me the right word for I am vulnerable.
I've got pea shoots, fennel, sorrel, lettuce, charge, cabbage.
You've got loads.
Yeah, got it all on the go.
No. Right. Well, is Katie there to say goodbye?
I'm here.
Thank
you, Scott. Thank you, Sue. Another great thing. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Everyone. Well, thank you to the fountain. Thank you for